Hey, most family budgets die in the second week, right? Week one, it feels good. You've got the spreadsheet. Then a kid needs new shoes. The grocery bill hits higher than you planned. I get it. I've got family. Someone forgot to enter three transactions, and by day 10, the whole thing collapses. Well, that wasn't a discipline problem, believe it or not. It was a bad system that was in place. And that system needs to change. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you with that. So here's what nobody tells you about family budgeting. The standard advice was basically it was built for single people splitting rent, right? We all know what that's like before we had a family. Not for households, basically it wasn't for households running on one check. Not for families where expenses move in packs, school supplies, dentist visits, cars repairs, all hitting the same week, right? This video is the system that actually works for families. So keep listening. It's going to be really, really good. I'm going to do my best to put this together so you understand it. So check it out. The one thing that doesn't require perfect tracking, the one that absorbs chaos instead of breaking under it. That's what this video is all about. So hold on. Here we go. All right. Why budgets fail families. Think about how budgets are taught. Think about it. Have you ever even learned a budget? But if you have, you list your income at the top, you subtract your bills, you assign every dollar a job, zero based budgeting. It sounds clean, it looks clean on a spreadsheet. But families don't run on spreadsheets. We all know that. Families run on the unexpected. And that, folks, is actually the beautiful thing about a family because you never know what to expect. So life sometimes gets crazy and it gets fun at the same time and sometimes frustrating. I've been there. We've all been there. We know of those who have family. So check it out. Your kid's school sends a permission slip with a fee that's due tomorrow. You're like, say what? Your car battery dies on a Tuesday. Not good. My car batteries died on the wrong day. All of us. Sometimes it happens. Your spouse's hours, unfortunately, they might get cut by 4 hours a week, and now your starting number is wrong. So you have to reevaluate your budget. Standard budgeting says adjust the categories, move money from here to there, recalculate everything. That works when you're single and the only variable is you because there are other variables, other family expenses. It falls apart when you're managing a household, as we talked about, where the unexpected isn't occasional, it's weekly. Okay? This isn't your fault. It's nobody's fault. That's just life. The system, it wasn't built for you. Most working families aren't bad with money. Okay? They just never learned the family version of the system. So, check this out. Separate before you spend. Here's some key things you want to pick up on, all right? Here's the core principle. Money that sits in one account becomes one pool. A family looks at one number, then makes decisions from that one number. That's the problem. The system that doesn't fall apart works on one rule: separate your money before you spend it. This is the system that doesn't fall apart. Separate your money before you spend it. Okay? I use it a 7 account structure. You don't need seven, you need a minimum of basically four. Okay, but here's the framework so you understand the logic of where I'm going with this. Okay, account one, the wall. This would be your fixed bills, rent, mortgage, utilities, insurance. Money goes here first. You don't touch it. You don't look at it. It exists to keep the lights on. Account two, the kitchen table, groceries, household supplies, kid expenses. This is the account that fluctuates. Okay, some weeks it empties, some weeks it carries over. That's normal. That's design. Okay, account three, what we'll call the cushion. This is where the buffer lives. Every paycheck, a flat amount, pick that amount, lands here. This is not your emergency fund. That's a separate account. Okay, this is your absorption layer. For example, car battery, a school fee, the things that kill your budget in week two. This is where you want to put your money in that cushion account. Account number 4, the future. Okay? Savings, debt, snowball payments, investments. This is the account that builds. These 4 accounts fix the fundamental problem. When every dollar sits in one place, you make decisions based on the total amount of money that's in that one account. When you spend from one pool, the overspend always comes from the future because it's just one pool of money. See, that's the problem. Separate them, okay? Automate the transfers to happen on payday. So when you get paid, automate those transfers into, before you even see the money, into account 1, which is the wall, okay, the fixed bills. Account 2, the kitchen table, groceries, household supplies, kids' expenses, okay? Account 3, which is that cushion where the buffer lives, okay? A flat amount lands here. Remember that. It's not an emergency fund. It's separate. It's just the absorption layer. Okay, and then account 4, the future, the savings, the debt, the snowball payments, so on and so forth, as we discussed. Because you can't spend what you can't see. So once you set these things in automatically, your life will start to make sense and things will get better, so on and so forth. But it takes time. It takes time to use to. You may mess up the first time or the second time or the third time, but your mind is going to start adjusting. Oh, okay, all those monies go there automatically. I have this fixed amount left over. This is what I can spend here. Okay? It's very it's very simple once you understand the process and start implementing it. So here's a pattern interrupt problem. The week 2 problem. A lot of folks have problems with this. Now someone watching might be thinking, I've tried separate accounts. I've tried envelopes. Week 2 still got me. But here's why. You funded the accounts, but you probably funded them wrong. Most people divide their paycheck evenly across 1 month, equal chunks, but family spending, as we all know, it's not even. It's crazy. The first 2 weeks of the month are heavy. You got the rent goes out, the mortgages hits, the bills start to stack, school expenses come early, like the kid needs new shoes or, oh, it's school season. By the way, back to school. Gotta buy notebooks, pens, paper, everything. It just gets crazy expensive. But that week would be called the buffer week. Let me get back on track here. Okay. So in week 2, your accounts start to drain. So your accounts drain fast in week 1. Then by week 2, the kitchen table account is empty because of groceries, this and that, so on and so forth. The cushion got raided for the groceries. The system collapsed not because it was wrong, but because the timing was off. The fix is called the buffer week. And that buffer week is, we're going to talk about that right now. Okay? Here's the buffer week. It's simple. It takes discipline to build, but once it's in place, it changes everything. Here's how it works. You save 1 week's worth of income, not expenses, income, and you park it in the cushion account. Remember, and I'm going to break all this down, by the way, in the description down below. It's going to be easier. I know it's a lot of talk here, but it's going to be easier to see this once you see it. So the the buffer account, okay, the cushion is what we're talking about. That's week 3, okay. So I got to catch my breath there because I'm going on and on. You save 1 week's of income, like we were saying, not the expenses, the actual income. So when you sit down to budget, okay, you're not budgeting money you haven't received yet. You're budgeting money that's already in the account. Last week's paycheck, not next week's hope. This one shifts and eliminates the timing problem. Week 1 hits hard, the money's already there, car battery dies, the cushion account absorbs it. Groceries run high, you adjust next week's kitchen table, not this week's. The buffer week is what turns a budget plan into a system. Okay? Most people skip this step. Excuse me. What they do is they try to budget live. This month's money, this month's problems in real time. That's why the spreadsheet falls separate and all apart basically by day 10. Build the buffer, then build the budget. All right. We'll show you this. Don't worry about it. It's going to be simpler than you think. So implementation, how to start this week. Here's what you do step by step, no fluff. Open 4 accounts. Most bank lets you open multiple free checking or savings accounts online in about 10 minutes. Label them. Very important to label them. Don't put money in them yet. And then you want to calculate your fixed bills. Calculate your fixed bills. Because most banks will even allow you to have like $5 in one account. So when you have that $5 going back to open a 4 accounts really fast, I forgot to mention, put like $5 in there, okay, per account. All right, just to start off. Then calculate your bills. All right, get that wall number. This should be exact, not an estimate. Rent, mortgage, minimum debt payments, insurance, utilities averaged over 12 months, give or take. Or just do it every month, okay? Write it down. Calculate your flexible spending. The kitchen table number. Remember what the kitchen table is. The groceries, the gas, the kids' expenses, household. This one you got to estimate. It's not going to be the exact number. You got to estimate this. Then track for 1 month to make it real. All right. Step 4, your cushion account. Start with, if you can, $500. But if you can't do $500, start with $250. The amount matters less than the habit. Every paycheck, this gets funded before anything else, even before the wall account. Because without the cushion, the wall eventually cracks. So you want to put, for example, $50 if you can afford it in your cushion target account. Because it's your cushion, your cushion. You want to have this as your cushion, remember? $50 every paycheck. Or $100. What you can afford. But set a goal. This is my cushion account, $250 or $500 that's left over, so you can manage your money a little bit better. Okay? When that wall eventually cracks. Because every paycheck, this is going to get funded before anything else, even before the wall. Because without the cushion, the wall eventually cracks. So you want to put the money, the savings account, away first, the cushion account. Automate this. Remember, on payday, money moves automatically. Wall first, cushion second, kitchen third, future growth fourth. But if you want to, like I said in a previous sentence, you want to put money in your savings first. Like estimate. My goal is $500. I'll label it. The cushion target, $500 or $250. And every paycheck automatically $50 bounces in there. You'll start balancing out. You'll see how to balance it eventually on how to do it. So remember this. Whatever lands in your spending account after the transfers is what you have. You don't budget by deciding, you budget by separating. Okay? That's the system. I hope it helps you. And here's the honest part. The system takes 2 to 3 months basically to feel normal, like I had mentioned before. You might do this a few times. Month 1 is setup, month 2 is adjustment. You realize your kitchen table number was off, or your cushion was too small, or you forgot a bill. You've got to go back. That's fine. That's iteration. You're iterating it over and over, not failure. Month 3 is when it should start to lock in a little bit better. Okay? So, not because you're making more, because you built a container where it can't leak out of. You build all these accounts. All right? Build a system that fits your lifestyle. Please, because the system was built for someone else's life and someone else's life and someone else's life. But build the system that's going to be built for your lifestyle on what your bills are. So remember this, folks. These are simple things to do to help you with your budget. I'm going to have this account 1, account 2, account 3, account 4, and in below. And if you want a better system of understanding money as a whole, okay, I built a full framework called How to Get Off the Financial Tightrope. Okay, it's got the digital books, $19, $49 for a book, and the tools, some tools that I'm going to include in there, like how to get out a debt tracker, a budget tracker, which is already free on my channel. But if you want more information on that, then I'm going to build the $99 premium package. And if you want to get started, you can get that free budget tracker in the link below. I really appreciate your time. Thanks a lot for listening. And we're covering what's happening in budgets in these videos and savings and how to help families. So thank you for listening. God bless you. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Bye-bye.